fuck is going on, yo? Yeah, you read the title right. Today I am going to be roasting the Hank Green Roast Yourself Challenge video, in which Mr. Hank Green seems to not understand what a roast or an insult is. Or he does understand, but his political points of view make it so any of the topics that you would normally roast a person on, he doesn't think is okay to do. And in this roast yourself, the worst insults he can give to himself is, well, we'll go through it bit by bit. I don't remember the shit, because this was years ago, and this has been pissing me off for fucking years. And usually we like to keep it pretty positive on this channel, so I didn't want to touch on this. But it fucking pisses me off. So let's go from the top. Good morning, John. There is a Roast Yourself challenge happening right now. I've got some lyrics. We're going to do it. It's probably a bad idea. Sorry, I'm just reading here. Yo, what's up? Hank Green here to roast myself like Ryan Higa said, giving it all that I got to give. Okay, so awkward. I'll give him a pass. You know, it's his intro. But no insults so far. I don't know if any of you saw him. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. I haven't even started already feeling culturally appropriative. Okay, so the insult is that he's feeling culturally appropriative, which I believe is something that he thinks is a good thing, that he would be feeling that way. I don't think he's saying you shouldn't feel like, I don't know. But the way I took it, it's like he was trying to make the insult that he was being culturally appropriative. But what he said was that he felt that way, which is actually, in his mind, a compliment. I could be wrong. Here I am sitting where I sit every Thursday morning. Yeah, Thursday, because I'm careful, I'm normal, I'm bored. Okay, so, again, I mean, just very cringe. I don't think that there is I mean, yeah, I know he does it Thursday, and then the other guy does it the other day. He makes a big deal about this Thursday thing. I think he just didn't know what to say, and it's just awkward. And yeah, careful, normal, and boring. Okay, yeah, roasted. I'm not going to risk a punishment. I no longer have time for that. You know, it's like a lot of these lines, it's like he's sort of defending his actions, you know? It's like, you know, it's not such a brutal diss when you're sort of justifying your behavior, that you're saying is, you know, something that, the thing that you're making fun of them for, like you're saying like, oh, like you're so fat, but here's actually like a legitimate reason why you're fat, so it's, you know, and not as another insult. Like, that's not an insult saying like, I don't have time for that, like, that's just him, you know. I keep adding to my list because I like getting hit with baseball bats. Sorry if this is a very cringe video, but this is what he wrote. Nah. Because I like getting hit with baseball bats, nah. Am I even supposed to respond? I mean, he says nah, so I don't even know if I'm supposed to respond to that. He doesn't like getting hit with baseball bats? That's... Yo mama doesn't like getting hit with baseball bats. Okay. It's because I like how it makes me feel like I matter. Okay? Because I'm doing things even though it's not real. It's like, so here it's like, it's sort of more of a comment on like, I mean, I'm trying to be as fair to him as possible. What is he even talking about? How he does this every Thursday morning because he likes how it makes him feel like he matters. Okay. I mean, even though it's not real, so But is that about, like, what's specific about, like, he's not, I, I kind of get what he's saying. It's just so convoluted. You know? It's, like, hard to even follow what the insult is he's even making towards himself here, you know? An insult's supposed to be very, you know, direct and straightforward and obvious and, you know, there's no punch to that. But yeah, okay, he's saying that his work is not that substantive, even though he feels that way about it. I wanted to be remembered. It's like he's throwing out so many ideas so fast, you know? I know he's not a rapper, but it's like none of these YouTubers were rappers, you know? And they make great videos. But here's what's pretty clear. Someday there will be no humans left to remember anybody was here. So he's like calling back to his "We're All Gonna Die" song. And it's just like, that's not a, oh, yeah, you know that bitch Hank Green? Yeah, someday there will be no humans left. Huh. That's the insult, you know? Like, he doesn't get it. Like, that's not a, he lost focus. I need approval from society, so I do what it expects of me. As a straight pale male, I can do it quite expediently. Okay, so the insult is, like, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't say, I'm so, you know, straight, or I'm so white. It's like, I'm straight pale male, like, and that, you know, he's just making a statement that he can do more things in society because it, like, that's not an insult. He's not making any comment on whiteness or on, you know, he's not making fun of it. He's not making fun of himself. He's just saying that he has advantages because of these things. But he doesn't go into, you know, that's all he says. I sit in front of books so you know that I'm smart. You know, he's just like, a lot of these things are close, but they're not insults. He's yet to, what did I say the one thing kind of was? He sort of insulted himself. I'm really trying to give him as much credit as possible. It's so pathetic. He likes how it feels like it makes him matter. We're giving him a half a point for that. Other than that, there's just no insults here. This isn't a roast. That's really the point of this video, is to say that it's just not, he doesn't roast himself at all. You know? There's endless things you can say to, okay, let's get back to this. I sit in front of books so you know that I'm smart. You know? Could have said, yeah, I'm so dumb that, you know, the smartest thing I do is, like, have books around me or something. You know, I don't know. It's like, you know, I own books, but I don't know how to read them. So, you know, something like that. But he's just saying, like, you know, so you know that I'm smart. Like, he doesn't even say he's not smart. He says, so you know that I'm smart. You know, and he's not being sarcastic there either, you know? Yeah, like, he's making it look like he's being sarcastic, but he's not. And that's sort of what he's doing throughout this. Like, okay, and while my brother has natural puff, I use the stuff I got at Walmart. Okay. You know, that's a roast. That's a roast. He uses the puff from Walmart. Okay. 1.5. The majority of my audience wants me to feel the burn, but I'm too old for revolution. I just don't want to feel the Donald Trump. Okay. Again, I mean, I can't say that this is him saying I'm so old, because that's not the point of his statement. He's just saying that he's sort of, I mean, to be totally fair, I feel like what he's trying to do is say other people have an impression of him that's maybe somewhat nerdy and somewhat out of touch, but it doesn't work as an insult because he's justifying why he is the way he is, you know? He's not insulting himself and saying that there's something wrong with him. He's saying, you may think this, but like, you know, you know what I mean? Maybe? Spending money has always given me anxiety. Okay. I mean, is that an insult? I don't think that alone is an insult. Like, I don't know. Spending money has always given me anxiety. I don't think that's an insult. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's an insult. You shouldn't have anxiety for spending money. Okay. He roasted himself real good, you know? I avoid cursing because my freedom is trumped by propriety. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's like a bitch to the system, I get it. I'll never be like Pewds on the cover of Variety. So this is the first time he's like, it's like, you know, when you're insulting yourself, it's showing an amount of uh, you know, courage and comfortableness with yourself that you can put yourself down. And the most that Hank is able to do that is saying that he's not like the most successful YouTuber. You know? Like to insult yourself, you're supposed to say like it's not an insult to say like I'm not PewDiePie. Because nobody's PewDiePie. You know, PewDiePie is so fucking successful. You're supposed to say like I'm not as successful as whoever, you know, someone that's not successful. So you're saying, look at how unsuccessful I am. You can't say, look at how unsuccessful I am. I'm not as successful as PewDiePie, because that's not saying anything. You know, that's saying that you're second place at the most. You know, but it's possibly saying that you're Smosh or whatever, you know, or fucking, you know, the Spanish dude. And having a notable brother doesn't convey notoriety. I keep talking about a book that I'm going to write someday, but it's never going to be Tifios, so why do I try anyway? So, like, again, it's like, you know, it's such a fucking successful book. Like, yeah, I get it. Okay, it's sort of like I'm in the shadow of my brother. But again, but it's like it doesn't work when John Green's like such a fucking famous author, you know? You know, it's like he could be an amazing author and still not write fucking Tifios. Like, anyways, but I love Snapchat like a tween, so let's do that instead. I just feel like everything that he's talking about in this are things that like he thinks are cool, you know? And maybe there's some way that you could roast yourself for something that you think is cool, but like he's not pulling that off. Like I feel like it's like he's not saying things that are like obviously fucked up. Like I feel like when you roast yourself or when you roast anyone, you're supposed to say like you're fat, you're ugly, make fun of their race, make fun of their religion, make fun of their sexuality, make fun of their moms, all of those things, and then just like, you know, um, just sucking at things, like just general, like sort of like, you know, or like things that you fucked up at, like, you know, just like sort of like deformities or like just like why you're so shitty, you know? Saying that I love Snapchat, it's like everyone's on fucking Snapchat, you know? Like, you can't, like I get it was a few years ago, but it still was like, cool to be on Snapchat then, like, I don't know. Especially in this, like, his circle, like, that's, I don't know. Okay, I love Snapchat like a tween. Okay, fine. He's trying there. Taking cat snacks with my Gilbart, doing it straight from my bed. Like, just these lines is like, oh, he does it on his bed. Like, he misses the point, you know? It's like, you're not supposed to just include these, like, lines that don't add emphasis to the insult that you're making. I'm 36 years old, but I pretend to be a punk rocker. But as you probably heard, I'm a nerd who sings mostly about Harry Potter. Again, huge culture of people that find that cool as fuck, you know? Arguably, like, more than people that are actually into punk rock now. Like, it's like, this is just, he thinks that that's cool that he sings about Harry Potter, you know? It's like, obviously, like, not a diss, you know? Like, that's fine. Like, that's, I don't know. Like, I just don't think that's nerdy enough to be like, oh, that's so nerdy. Like, that he's in it. Like, that's such a thing to be in a Harry Potter band. It's not like, whatever. He just doesn't. And thanks to a teleprompter, I get to pretend that I know. Okay. And thanks to a teleprompter, I get to pretend that I know everything about the standard model and philosophy, but mostly I'm just reading. So I pay people to do the things and to help me create. I think that's the one valid and kind of interesting thing he says in this entire fucking roast is like, yeah, he doesn't actually, you know all the crash course shit. He sort of just has people research it and then he reads it. Like, valid, okay? I forget where we're at. I'm just gonna count that as the only fucking one though. So it's capitalism, a system I support, but my formal self will hate. Okay, somewhat correlating with him getting rich as fuck, but okay. I pontificate like I'm an expert, but I'm really not that great. Like, this is like, the insult is I'm not that great. Like, you know, it's like, watch fucking Timothy's video. Like, watch these people go in. It's like, oh yeah, you're not that great. You know, that's the roast. It's pathetic. And yes, if I asked, I would be Hillary's running mate, but she's not gonna. Okay. So we've gone from, I'm never gonna be PewDiePie. I'm never gonna write The Fault in Our Stars. And Hillary Clinton isn't gonna ask me to be her running mate. Like, that's the level of, you know, insults this guy's willing to take. Because I'm a gangly white dude. Okay, gangly. Roasting myself on YouTube. And then he goes off on this little rant. It's very cringe also at the end. He's like, I may be a little old to be doing this stuff, maybe a little less sillier in the future, just chill out a little bit. I feel like maybe focus on the educational stuff, not the fun hip rapping challenges. Doesn't seem like a good idea now. Fucking hell. Oh, this video is long as fuck. Fuck the Hank Green Roast Yourself Challenge video. Man the fuck up. Or don't fucking make that video. Take that video down. It's not a roast yourself. You don't roast yourself in that video. I'm not gonna roast you right now. You gotta do that on your own, Hank Green. You gotta find things about yourself that you can make fun of. Okay? So that's my challenge. I'm gonna start a new challenge, okay? It's called the Hank Green Roast Yourself Challenge. And this challenge is just for Hank Green, and the challenge is to actually roast yourself. Okay? That's the challenge. And one more challenge. It's the Hank Green, except that I'm not actually gonna roast myself challenge. And that's another challenge just for Hank Green. that you can do instead of the Hank Green Roast Yourself challenge, which is the challenge to come out and say, you know what? I don't think it's cool to make fun of people for their race, or make fun of people for being stupid, or being fat, or, you know, just being pathetic, you know, in different ways. I don't feel comfortable, you know, poking fun at myself, really, so I'm not going to do it. You know, the video I made was sort of just me talking about some things in my life, me going as far to say that I'm not that great, and that I'm careful, and that I'm boring, and that I'm not PewDiePie, but I'm really not the type of person that would roast myself, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, okay, thank you, bye.